What's good, my people? It's L Boogie the Man. Welcome back to the Man Podcast, brought to you by Hard Knock Worldwide. Let's jump right into it, yo. Alright, so over the past week, I've been debating on which topic I'm going to jump on. Should I jump on Black Lives Matter and give my take on that whole movement? Or should I talk about black culture? And the reason I want to talk about black culture today, or should I say the lack thereof, is because of what happened in regards to the Breonna Taylor grand jury findings, in that they only charged one of the officers with some charges that had nothing to do with Breonna Taylor's death. God bless her soul. You know what I mean? No one deserves to die like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm here to say. But, you know, the way that people are going in on this case really shows the lack of common sense, education, and what's the word I'm looking for? Empathy that people have in the black community. You know what I'm saying? And I just call it black community because it's easier for people to identify with. You know what I'm saying? If I keep saying so-called black community, you know, it's going to draw, well, why you keep saying so-called? Because black is a color, man. Black is a designation. Nobody out here in America's skin is black. You know what I'm saying? Only people who have skin that's truly black is Africans. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to be funny or none of that. But we're brown, you know. When we first started taking the census, and the United States government would designate us as Americans, Native Americans, and Indians. That's what we were designated as from the start, okay? Over the course of the next few decades, it went from Indians to coloreds. Then it became Negroes. Then it became black. Then it became African American. And this is over the course of hundreds of years, dozens of decades of taking the census, where they keep on changing what we're designated as far as the country is concerned. Meanwhile, they took Native American, and it went from meaning the bronze-colored people of the Americas to meaning people born in the United States of America. So now you have all of these European settlers coming over, and they're classifying themselves as Native Americans by paying $5 to do so, hence the term $5 Indians, and by their children being born in America. They automatically designated as Native Americans. But when you look at the Washington Redskins logo, you look at the Cleveland Indians logo, this dark colored skin. It ain't pale skin like Elizabeth Warren. You know what I mean? So basically, over the course of time, these designations has changed, okay? And now, at this point, it's people that don't know where they're from. They don't know where their ancestors were from. Back in the day, my people used to be like, oh man, I got a little Indian in me. My mama said I got a little Indian in me or something like that. People like, you ain't got no Indian in you. Shut up, whatever. We just thought people were saying that for some extra attention. When really, at the end of the day, that was the case. Our great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents were Indians, or considered Indians, but they were the Native Americans that were here before the Spanish and the British colonized over here. The Pilgrims, I guess you would say. Quakers or whatever. You know? So, moving back to it, our culture over the course of time has been stripped away from us. You know, like, we had our traditions, we had our tribes, we had our languages. All of that stuff was stripped away and diluted. It wasn't necessarily stripped away, but it was diluted and watered down to the point where it ain't even really useful no more unless you're on certain reservations or you're in certain parts, of the country, you know? And we don't dress like we used to then. Of course, fashion evolves, but, you know what I'm saying? We was wearing headdresses and feathers and furs. We weren't wearing suits and ties and with all the little frills and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We had face paint, tattoos. Market ourselves for our victories. You know what I mean? Now it's just a fashion statement. But really, get back on it, is that black people don't have a culture. And you say, yes, we do have a culture. It's like, well, what do you mean? Is it like the Jewish culture? And how all Jewish people generally form around the same family structure and upbringing and values and morals? Is it like how the Asian community is, where they all come together, they shop together, they work together, they congregate together, they worship together? And you say, people say, well, black people do all of those things together too. It's like, yeah, but you don't have a general consensus on how all of us should move when it comes to certain subjects and events going on in our community and in society. We don't all move the same exact way like we should, like other cultures do out here when they get to America. Black people are the only ones that have a broken sense of community, broken households, neighborhoods, broken education systems, justice systems that's working against us, criminals in the community that's looking to get over on us whenever possible. Not saying that this doesn't happen in all communities, but I'm talking about in the black community, in the hood, where I come from. It's like, shit, I'm more worried about niggas who I'm running into at the liquor store or the corner store in a parking lot somewhere more than I am the fucking cops. I don't carry a gun because of the police. I carry a gun because I know there's motherfucking niggas out here that's stupid and they desperate and they need to find a way to get over so that them and their family can survive. There's the black community and there's the real nigga community, okay? Now the black community, those are the people that are considered the lames, the nerds, the uppities, the bougie, the educated, white acting. Those are the black people that are positive people who work hard and do their best, don't take handouts, and earn everything that they get. You know what I'm saying? Look at it as the Banks family. But then you have the poor side of the family out in Philly that has little to nothing to look forward to. Everywhere they turn is despair, desperation, violence, poverty. And those are the ones that have to get out here and just get it how they live. They don't have a father at home. They out in the street at a young age. I was out there too. And that real nigga side of the black community are the ones that are glorifying niggas going to jail or prison, glorifying bitches being hoes, glorifying baby mama culture, out here saying no justice, no peace, fuck the police. And everybody, and they have their reasons. Everybody has their reasons for how they got to that point. But at the end of the day, there's two sides of the fence. And right now, it's going to come to a head where something's going to have to give. Something's going to have to give. Black people are going to have to say, yo, I'm fed up with this shit. I can't just let y'all fuck it up for us. You try to educate people and they talk down on you for it. They hate you for it. You telling the truth. All they believe is the narrative that they see on the news. Major news networks. You know what I'm saying? We went from having shows like The Cosby Show to Love and Hip Hop, where it went from wholesome family values being the number one portrayal of us in the media to chaos, disorder, dysfunction being promoted as the number one way of being portrayed in the media. Number one rated shows. And it's like, you call this out and ask people about it, yeah, it's just entertainment, but we went from 30, 40 years ago having more family values to where majority of the community don't have those values anymore. They don't believe that a father is necessary except to just donate sperm and pay. That's it. And it's hurt our fucking community and it's hurt our culture. Because the man isn't the head of the household in the black community anymore. The woman is projected as the head of the household. And that isn't working, hasn't worked in a long time. That's why we're in the situation that we're in now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, how did it get to this point? Over the course of time, you had a bunch of white liberals that were coming in, stepping in, and speaking on behalf of black people, telling black people what they need, telling black people what they should do. And you like, well, how was they doing that? They was doing that through the figures, the public figures at the time. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. All of those guys were being used as pawns and puppets, man, to project a narrative that has been detrimental to black people ever since then. And the Civil Rights Movement, the Civil Rights Act in the 60s, welfare going into effect, child support going into effect, the drug wars in the 80s, gang wars in the 90s. It's like all of that stuff contributed to the point where you have the 2000s, all of these people are being born at this time. And the world has been so divided and fucked up at this point that all they know is chaos and discord, dysfunction, acting a fool. And we live in the age of education, information. Yet we got some of the dumbest motherfuckers out here right now. They don't know shit. It ain't like it was 20 years ago. You thought motherfuckers ain't have sense back then? Oh, they definitely ain't got no sense now. And we all going back and forth with each other. It don't matter if it's light skin versus dark skin. It don't matter if it's motherfucking uppity versus ghetto. It don't matter if it's law-abiding taxpaying citizens versus the motherfucking people on government assistance and involved with criminality. Men versus women. Black men versus black women. You know what I mean? Old-fashioned people, conservative, versus new school people. You know what I'm saying? Liberals. You got people that believe in unity, and then you got people that believe in supremacy. You got educated people versus ignorant people. You ask somebody what would needs to happen in order for us to get in a better place, they don't have an answer for you. I have answers. Ask me a question. Believe you me, I got an answer. You know what I mean? And as far as the way that the Black Lives Matter high profile cases have been coming, at the end of the day, there's very few of them where a motherfucker was completely innocent and got killed by the police. It's rare where somebody is completely innocent and end up dead. When you look at these cases, motherfuckers is fighting with the police, running from the police, shooting at the police, running. I mean, they have records. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like that, but at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, man. You got to accept responsibility for your motherfucking bad mistakes, your bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be getting the police called on them, and they ain't did shit. Them the ones that we need to be more focused on. That's where there needs to be more reform. Is people getting profiled by prejudiced ass cops, crooked cops, locking people up for no reason. Those are the ones we need to be championing for, not the motherfuckers who got into a fight with the cops and lost. At the end of the day, the reason Breonna Taylor is dead is because she was involved with a bunch of niggas that was moving weight. They was being investigated. She lost her job as an EMT a while back because she had a dead body popped up in a car that was legally being rented to her. And then the dude that she ended up with later on down the road is shooting at the police that's coming in after they've knocked. Witnesses say they knocked, they announced themselves. Meanwhile, they sitting in the hallway waiting on the door to open to see what happens. As soon as they get ready to start busting the door down, he starts shooting. He shoots one of the police. They shoot back. Allegedly, he used her as a human shield, or ducked out of the way after he shot one of them, and she get lit up. How they shoot 20-something odd times, she get hit at least 6 times, and he don't get hit at all. But he was the one shooting with the gun. How is that supposed to happen if he's standing in front of her? I know he ain't shoot from behind her. Bad decisions led to what happened, man. It wasn't like the police went in there and just said, yo, we about to go in here and just kill this bitch for no reason. Excuse my language, talking about the lady. But it ain't like that's how they went in there. They like, yo, we got a warrant. Motherfuckers considered armed and dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Which come to find out it was true. And you know what I'm saying? What happened happens, man. But you can't sit here and make it seem like she was just 100% completely innocent. She was the one that had her name and address on the warrant. They were coming to her spot. She wasn't over at her boyfriend's house, and they was coming to raid his spot. They was coming to raid her spot. Shit. It is what it is, man. And we got to stop taking people who were doing dirt. I don't know what she had planned with her for her future. But based on her past, it caught up with her, unfortunately. But it happens all the time. It happens every day. And what people need to stop doing is putting people who don't deserve to be on a pedestal on a pedestal. It's real live heroes and people out here making a difference. Entrepreneurs, philanthropists, that's giving their time and giving their money every day. We can't be sitting here wasting our time talking about George Floyd. God bless his soul. You know what I mean? He didn't deserve to die like that. And in that instance, unlike Breonna Taylor, where the police was justified, well, I can't even say justified. They were found in no wrongdoing. That ain't the same case with George Floyd. You know what I mean? Dude was wrong for that. And he deserves to get charged for that. He deserves to go to jail. He deserves to go to prison for that. But why were they there? They was there because they got a call of a nigga with fake checks. They tired of this dude coming in with fake checks and shit. Or counterfeit money. People get tired of that. I got duped with counterfeit money before. That shit ain't cool. Now imagine you a business, my business. What I'm supposed to do? This same person keeps coming in here and we having issues with him. They call the police. He had a record for doing that type of shit. Unfortunately, he ain't need to die like that, but it was what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I really was going with this is that instead of putting together parties for niggas who just got out of prison for shooting somebody, put together a party for a person who just graduated from college. Put together a party for someone who just got back from the military. Put a party together for someone who went on a trip, you know what I'm saying, to find themselves and find their career and come back with the credentials. Put a party together for them. Don't put a party together for motherfuckers who just got shot, doing some shit he wasn't supposed to be doing. Come on, man. Priorities is fucked up. And that's what thing our culture needs fixing in, man, is that we need more of our brothers to come together and hammer out details that's going to be able to fix our communities, man. Come together with plans. Everybody stunting, everybody got money, but ain't nobody putting that money up. There's very few cats is putting that drug money up, that dirty money up, and actually helping. It's few far in between. It's millions upon millions of dollars that the NFL players have. Y'all got 50% y'all making 50% of the money. Why y'all need the owners to help y'all? Do that shit yourselves. Help out yourselves. Stop asking for a fucking handout. We can do all that shit ourselves, man. But it's going to take all of our people to come together, man, and talk about this shit, hammer out the details, to spread this shit to the families. And if motherfuckers in the family don't want to live that way, this shit, man, you got to cut them loose. Because if you align yourself with a certain type of crowd, you are that type of crowd. You're part of that crowd. And what comes of it, dude, is going to be... It ain't gonna put smiles on faces. I'm going to say that. Hip-hop culture is not black culture. And if hip-hop culture is black culture, then it explains why our community's so fucked up. When they first started making hip-hop music back in the 70s, it was all some shit. We about to party, we about to kick it, we about to dance. Then they started coming with the hard shit, because, you know what I'm saying, James Brown and all them motherfuckers, Curtis Mayfield, the motherfuckers was rhyming back way before motherfucking Kool and the Gang and shit like that. That was the watered down stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Grandmaster Flash. You know what I'm saying? And you got the cats that came in and was talking the hard shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was a message. It was a message in the music back then. Now the message is get fucked up, catch a body, die, fuck bitches. If I get locked up, oh well, I'm going to come back with more respect. And there's a lot of little niggas out here dying like that every fucking day because of that. Once the corporations took over, just like the white liberals took over the civil rights movement, when they took over the hip-hop industry and moved in, they changed how motherfuckers was going to view those artists. They changed how people, the public was going to view black people based off of that. And they succeeded. Because World Star Hip Hop is the fucking most popular black site in the world. And it's all about the niggatry. It encompasses all of niggerdom. Man. And that is a realistic look of what majority of the black community looks like. For every one person that's trying to do some good shit, do something positive, do the right way, there's 10 niggas out there that's trying to get it, and they don't give a fuck who has to motherfucking die in order to get what they gotta get. Straight up. And I really I really just want to just bring attention to this shit because I know I ain't the only one to see it. I know I ain't the only one that feel this way. So, if you have your, you know what I mean, suggestions, questions, comments, or whatever, drop them joints in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? We don't need opinions. We need motherfucking either you bring it facts or you bring it solutions. Straight up. We don't need opinions and hatred at all. So, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video with others. My name is Boogie DaMann. This is DaMann Podcast, brought to you by Hard Knock Worldwide. Go to hardknockworldwide.com where you can check out our music, check out our fashion, and much more. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. I ain't got much more to say. Peace and blessings, wealth and health.